what's up, everyone? This is Blue Flame Entertainment, and we are bringing you Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'm a huge fan of this video game series, so obviously I really wanted to play it. So let's get to it. First turnabout. And there's already the death. I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Oh, God. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Thanks? Yeah, thanks. I took on a murder case, really. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes? I thought that was a given. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him out. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Isn't that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! Oh! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry! Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell them I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What? What's wrong, Larry? I know, I'm doing a horrible voiceover job. Oh, it's all over! I'm finished! Finished! I can't live without her. In a world without her, I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you just gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, yeah! Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlikely sap dating her, Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One of the things I can say, though, is usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do! Yeah, and face Mr. Payne here. You guys are going to meet him. I hate this guy. The court is now in session for the trial of Lester Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I know, I'm weird. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor, I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge, and for your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to assume your readiness. No, you just want to quiz me and make me learn how to play this game. Yes, Your Honor! Because this isn't gonna be awkward and horrible and, oh, hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry Butts, that is the most stupid question! The defendant, well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor! Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Woo! I know this one. Glad I read that case reporter cover so many times. Uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a blank! No, I didn't. I totally know what this is. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button and check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Let's hear your answer. Who is the victim in this case? I don't have to check because I already know. Yes, guys, this is not my first time playing this case. Plus, quite honestly, elimination method. Mia Fey. That's our boss, so she's obviously not dead. Cinderblock is just a very extremely stupid name that not even Capcom would be willing to go near. So we get left with Cindy Stone, who is the name of our victim. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? That's so obvious from the opening cutscene. I don't even have to look at anything. She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once with a blunt object. Repeating the facts. Great job. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. I feel totally relaxed, Phoenix. It's okay. I will control you. We will glide through this. Everybody's gonna love this. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? I hate this guy. You're gonna find out why. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. You accept anything into evidence. It don't matter. Statue added to the court record. A lovely achievement, right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. No shit, Sherlock! That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. I get it, this is the opening case to introduce me to gameplay, but still. I know. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently. You've told me this already. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. You may call your first freaking bloody liar, prosecution. The prosecution calls the defendant Mr. Butts to the stand. Shit. I don't want to cross-examine Larry. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. This is Larry we're talking about, lady. I'm screwed. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. It's bad, Phoenix. It's already bad. Ahem! Mr. Buds, is it not true? I keep changing his accent. Is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey! Watch it, buddy! We are great together! We were Romeo and Juliet! Cleopatra and Mark Antony! Dead people. Didn't they all die? See? I wasn't dumped! She just wasn't taking my calls! Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Buds, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing another man. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it! Lies! I don't believe a word of it! I'm having so much fun doing these voices. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. I love this. It actually does utilize a good utilization in the difference between the Japanese version and the US version. In the Japanese version, she was in LA. She was in the United States, New York specifically, before she died. But obviously, New York is not 9 hours ahead of LA, which is what the American version takes place in, so gotta go to Paris. It actually feels so much better. Passport added to the court record. Achievement. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. This is a game for teenagers, right? That term should not be in a T-rated game. I'm sorry. That term should not be in there. Daddies? Sugar? See? Larry understands. That was my first thought when I read that sentence. I was very confuddled by what sugar daddies meant. And then the game tells you. Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Buds, what do you think of her now? See, it even tells you what part of this game you need to pay attention to. Like it wasn't obvious that I should not let him answer that line, right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of, running his mouth in all the wrong directions. No shit. Should I stop him from answering? No. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Ugh, wins. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? gonna drop dead. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Larry, shut your pie hole. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went with it, motherfucker. What do I do? Have him answer honestly, quite honestly. The less lies he says, the easier my job is. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there, I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts was lying. You bring your witness! I love it when the prosecution brings me my murderers! Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Mutter. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. What was the point of having Larry even on the stand? Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. This is very bad, Phoenix. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sowett to the stand. Okay, guys, I'm going to come up with the most ridiculous accent for Mr. Sowett, because I hate Mr. Sowett. Mr. Sowett, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes! Mr. Sowett, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness account. Testimony. I was going... not that voice. I'm confusing my voices. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions. I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I know, I'm being so stereotypical right now. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw us lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in the apartment wasn't working, so I went to the nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant's thin right over his ass. I feel like I tried to give him a harsh Brooklyn European accent and I failed. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? Larry did tell the truth. Larry totally told the truth. Yes, you can! I can totally defend him against that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sowett used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Don't give me a tutorial. Don't know. All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? I know exactly what we're doing. Why? You exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? No shit, Sherlock, he was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Yes. Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. That is the word you must always remember, guys. Contradiction. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then, once you found a contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony. Okay. I knew how to do this already. I know exactly where we need to go because he was suspicious in the first part. And I already know how the story goes. Because that right there, anytime that someone says they know the time exactly, that's your number one clue that something is probably wrong. And we're gonna go autopsy, because you're gonna see time of freaking death. See this contradiction? I'm gonna rub it in your freaking face, dude! You found the body at 1 p.m.? You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. Alright, no. No, don't want to do that. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. Bad joke, Phoenix. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Yeah. Well, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After hearing his testimony, I find it hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? And more lies. More lies, more lies, more lies. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but there was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a tape program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstandings. You guys see the other contradiction he just talked himself into? I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program. A tape program during a freaking blackout! Liar! Mr. Wright, you may be cross-examine the witness. Right! You know what to do? No shit, I know what to do. I got this one. should have said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowett? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Ah! Wait! I remember now! Mr. Sowett? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant contradictions are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honors. It must have been the sugar finding your body. Very well, Mr. Sowett. Let's hear your testimony one more time, please. There should have been a time in there. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. See how he keeps putting himself in contradictions? I love you. You're such an easy person to just... I know exactly what you're doing and you're failing, bitch. Gladly. Blah, 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 we present the murder weapon, the murder weapon. The murder weapon, the murder weapon. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how does this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Who do you think you are? I'm the defense frickin' attorney. Just answer the question, Mr. Sowett. Hey, I saw it there, Case. That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just had to tilt it and it says the time allowed. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that there is no contradiction. That the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock, but it's not a clock you can see. So my little thing still stands. Do you have any problems with this testimony? Yeah, yes! Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the friggin' apartment. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I just did, bitch! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. That's right, people! I picked out the murderer! You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Bum, bum, bum. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowett. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandably, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim, that voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. Look, the clock, I heard. No, I saw. No! I would also have a vein in my forehead because somebody threw their hair at me. Shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. The fact that you just broke down and made this whole spectacle means that you're the killer. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it thoroughly and carefully. Yes, Your Honor, I totally have evidence. The sound Mr. Sowett heard was definitely this clock. The fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That's certainly a strange way of announcing the time. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell us what time it is right now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sowett's heard and actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one. ... Ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about? I know what he's talking about, and he's stupid for it. While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know the clock was running 3 hours slow the day of the murders? You can't prove that. You don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Very easily, Phoenix. It's okay. I have your back. We're gonna do this right. Mr. Wright. It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. No, I don't! Don't listen to the witness! I know what I'm doing! Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. Nope, I'm indicting him. You don't get to let that little sneeze bag go. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You notice all the slime. Grrr, I almost had him. No, we have him. It's okay, Phoenix. We've got him. He's a loser. He's a dweeb. We got him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Don't listen to yourself, Phoenix. You fail. Not so fast, Mr. Sowett. That's right, people. Chief, is on the job. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? See the dots connecting, everybody? I already know what the dots are connecting. Figure out the reason and you have your proof. Right? Right? Oh, I love these jokes, these horrible puns. Yes, I know why the clock was 3 hours slow. It's not really 3 hours slow, it's 8 hours fast. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already right slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? 9 hours slow. 9 hours fast. Ugh. Of course. There's a piece of evidence in this court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough woods! Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was really slow. Passport! It's the passport! The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Not everybody knows this, Phoenix, but thank you for the update on the information. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Yeah! Foam! Dead. I like how he foamed at the mouth. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has suddenly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Always what you look for in the game! We're not guilty! And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Sowett was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching for a place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Whew! I still can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. No, you owe it all to me, Phoenix. I did the hard work. I knew what I was doing. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Ah, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait. No, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my kid, my Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Seriously, Mia! Did you just do... No. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocence. Oh, God. Oh, Mia! Horrible pun. Harry Butts. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook, man. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present from me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't make you cry. I didn't want to cry. Larry. ... Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. I know exactly what this is. What the heck is she talking about? Statue! Statue! She brought a statue to freaking Paris. Check it out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock that you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. You see what I'm saying now, Larry? Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner, Aunt Bee? We'll drink a toast to the innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime, maybe. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Dun dun dun! Alright guys, that is case 1 of Ace Attorney, the original Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. Case 1 done! We did it, everybody! So I'm going to end the episode here. I will play Turnabout Sisters probably within the next week or so. And Turnabout Sisters is unfortunately probably going to be multiple parts because guess what? It's a longer chapter. I'm basically going to do it whenever the game tells me I can save is when I'm going to probably save. I see where it says right now, that's going to be where we end all of our episodes. So that should give you a clear and concise point of where in the game you want to go. Quite honestly, you could use this as a walkthrough, or you could just use it to enjoy the game with horrible, horrible voice acting from one person who is playing this game purely for fun. I will play every single game in this series, from this one all the way to Investigations 2